we are doing baby plank to child's pose. This is a flow using your deep core muscles, which includes your pelvic floor muscles. So let's start in child's pose. So knees are at least hip width apart, maybe even a little bit wider, and put a little bit of space between your feet. So your toes don't want to be touching, maybe 2 or 3 inches apart, unless that causes an uncomfortable pinching in the front of your hips. Okay, ladies? So we're going to start down here in child's pose. Arms are out. Take 3 nice deep breaths with me, just shifting your hips side to side just a little bit. Just lightly opening up through those glutes, through the rear half of that pelvic floor. And then we are going to connect that pelvic floor engagement with movement and with our breath. So we're going to have an inhale when we're in child's pose. And then it'll be an exhale when you come up to your baby plank. And you can do this from your fists or from your palms. So that's just a demo. So I'm inhaling here. My butt is nice and full. I'm not tucking it. I'm letting it just broaden. And then what you'll be doing is coming up with an exhale here, exhaling on your effort, okay? So sit back down with me. We're gonna do this 10 times, and we're going to do 2 sets of 10. So here we are in child's pose. As you begin to exhale, I want you to lift your pelvic floor like you're trying to tuck your anus and your clitoris toward one another and upward. And then I'm going to come on up to my hands, and I'm nice and firm across that low belly. Very much so because when I engaged my pelvic floor, those muscles in that low belly, that transverse abdominis, it just followed with it. Now I'm going to inhale, I'm going to sit back. And then exhale, start to lift up through that pelvic floor. Pull together anus and clitoris. Notice the low belly getting tight. Press firmly into your palms. You're trying to make a somewhat straight line from knees to hips, but that's going to also, from knees to shoulders. That's going to also depend on how far out your arms are. Deep breath here. Exhale, lifting up through that pelvic floor, shifting your weight forward. Inhale, sit back. Exhale, rise up. Pelvic floor rises up as well. You're lifting it consciously, adding its extra component to your core strength. And then sit yourself back. Exhale, rising up. Maybe you walk your hands out just a little farther now because you're feeling a little bit more comfortable. And you make a little bit closer to a straight line from shoulders to knees. And it's going to look different on everyone, okay? So don't focus on being perfectly straight. We're just focusing on trying to flatten out that back and that butt just a little bit. Next exhale, here we go, rising up. Pelvic floor lifts in and up. Low belly is nice and firm. You're pressing into your hands. I'm going to inhale, sit back. Is your butt blossoming still as you reach it backward? Exhale, rise up. Pelvic floor lifts. You're reaching anus and clitoris toward one another, pulling them upward. And then sit on back 2 more times. Exhale, rising up. Inhale, sitting back. Exhale, rising up. You guys are doing awesome. And sit on back. Shift your hips side to side, taking a little bit of a break. See if you want to change your position ever so slightly this time. Like maybe you bring your knees a hair closer, but you leave your feet at the width they were at. This is going to be a little bit different for every woman. You want to find a way that feels comfortable for you, not like you can't get the right form. All right, so here's round 2. We're going to go slightly faster because we have a better idea of what we're doing, okay? So arms are reaching out a bit. Inhale. Exhale, start to lift that pelvic floor. Let yourself come forward as you breathe out. Inhale, sit back. Butt is nice and broad as it reaches for the wall behind you. Exhale, rise up. Pelvic floor is lifting in and up. Low belly is nice and tight from hip to hip. Send your rear end backward in space. Exhale, lifting up, number 3. And check in here with your jaw. Are you clenching your teeth? If so, stop it. Inhale, reach that butt back. Sit back in child's pose. Exhale, number 4. Pelvic floor is lifting up. Low belly is firm. You're pressing into those palms so the shoulders are away from the ears. Sit on back. Inhale. Exhale, number 5. Inhale, sit on back. Exhale, number 6. Pelvic floor lifts. You're tight across that low belly. Back of neck is long. Inhale, sit back. 4 to go. Exhale on the effort. Number 7. Inhale, sit back. Exhale, number 8. Inhale, sit back. 2 to go. You're doing fantastic. Here's number 9. Lift that pelvic floor. Anus and clitoris reach toward one another and up and in. Low belly became tight when you did that. Last one, ladies. We got this. Reach that butt back. Exhale. We are lifting, letting that breath guide us forward into that little baby plank. All right. Take a really relaxing child's pose. So nice wide knees, feet